There we go. So welcome everybody. This is Money Moves Academy. We are doing a recap today in our Financial Freedom Lab. So last week there were several call to actions. We started off with the mindset because we wanted to make sure that we were tapping into understanding many times our beliefs and ideas and our framing about money and our financial situation doesn't even come from us. It's something that we've adopted from our own parents and whatever era they grew up in, and whatever beliefs that we had could be from a trauma standpoint. It can be from a survival standpoint. It can be for this is what I know and this is what I do standpoint. So we challenge that. We talked about how to set new beliefs so that we can open up to the abundance that is rightfully ours. Then we went into the different products that we can put our money into that we didn't know about. Like, who knew about a high yield savings account? I know that I did not know about a high yield savings account until I got around other people. Remember, we talked about proximity is everything. Who you are close to, who you are near that has this information. So if you have four people who are broke, you'll be the fifth one if that's your circle. If you got four people you're around who are millionaires, you will be the fifth one because that's your circle. So proximity is everything. We're slow rolling this because we don't want to miss steps, which is why we started with the product with the money that we currently have and how to start funneling it into vehicles such as the money market account as well as the high yield savings account so that our money can make money while we are asleep. That is the goal. So today we're going to go back over those items plus the new items so we can prepare for next week. So there won't be a presentation today where I show you the slides. It'll be me tapping in with you to see who has already started on that trajectory and get some testimony from you and then get feedback as we move forward. Does that sound all right? All right, all right. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So we're going to use see right there where that heart is and it says react. We're going to use these reaction buttons so I can know you guys are out there and you picking up what I'm putting down. Sip a little bit of this tea. That's right. Okay. So let me go to the first thing was how many on the call started, opened up, or at least found the high yield savings account that they want to open?
I have not.
Okay.
I did open a Fidelity, but I have not done anything with it.
Okay. So
And it's
how
been open
about
for a few months
outside of the
now.
Fidelity? Because Fidelity will be your brokerage account.
Okay.
So your high yield savings account are the ones that I named the other day, like the Goldman Sachs,
Oh,
the American Express, and I gave you a link for Nerd Wallet that had a list of them in there. And so I put that also in the email. So no testimonies today for a high yield savings account?
nope.
Okay,
I opened mine up with Capital One.
that's right. Okay. So, and I'm not gonna lie, I told Cindy, do not open yours up with
Yeah, I
Capital.
opened mine up a couple months ago with Capital
You
One,
did?
but
You did?
yeah, but I did also open up one with I think it's Western Alliance.
Okay.
I think
I'm
that's
still getting familiar with the high
Yeah.
yield savings accounts and just doing some research.
Who was that? That was Corinne.
Corinne.
Okay.
Hmm.
Thank you for sharing. So I'm gonna pull up Nerd
Wait, why did you
Wallet
say don't open up one with Capital One?
because of who they support.
Oh, okay.
And I believe that there's others that we can direct ourselves to
Okay.
instead of allowing them to receive our funds. That was it. But one of the other things that I mentioned too was let me pull this up. If you currently, I'm going to share my screen, ladies. Let me go here. Where'd it go? Okay, here. Can everybody see this? Okay. And so
Yes.
this is their Nerd Wallet
Yes.
rating. So out of 5 stars, they do get a 4.5. And I did have a Capital One, but that was before they were supporting um, this current administration. Uh, Barclays, SoFi, Western Alliance. I think, Tara, you just spoke on that one. They get a 4.9. Great rating, right? And they're even giving, let's see, bonuses over here. So I'm gonna
But I
put
know
this
with that one, you have to put in at least $500.
dollars. Okay. And so some of these they don't have a opening amount. I'm gonna put this in the chat again for those who want to have this. There you go. So that link is in the chat.
I did look into the SoFi. I was interested in that because of the bonuses that they do have. That's what I was like, kind of before I chose one, I wanted to
Right.
see all the ones with the different bonuses and like really read into them and see, what
Right.
qualifications you need to get those bonuses. But SoFi, I've been hearing a lot about, and I was thinking about SoFi.
Yes. And so you are doing your research, what we also call your due diligence. And that is part of your call to action as you progress forward. So snaps for that. Snaps for that. American Express, I had mentioned, and I know I don't think I put it in our email, but I did say if you currently have an American Express card, this will be a great addition to the relationship that you have with American Express. And if you are looking to get an American Express card, this is a way to help you with that relationship as far as showing that you have more than one product with them. And so Nerd Wallet is a place that you can go to get information, to get ratings, to find out the top ones. And along with the rating that they give them, they give you the current APY. Some are higher than others. I would not be too concerned about this. I would look for what works for me and anything over here that's beneficial to you, right? But if you're just like, straight off the back, I want to get the highest that I can get, then we see that that would be SoFi, right? Because they're at 4.5. I'm not sure what takes you to the 4.5, but I'm sure it has something to do with what they're doing over here.
You're right. You are correct. It has something to do with the bonuses that'll get you up to that 1.5. That's why I hadn't jumped, because I said I want to keep investigating and reading about it. But that is the truth, that it will. It's the bonuses that get you to the 4.5.
So beautiful. So again, snaps for that, because we're on a trajectory where even if we're learning with the plan to do, but what I don't want us to do is have analysis paralysis where we're constantly thinking about it, but we don't pull that trigger. We want to be always in the mindset of executing and taking action, okay? Because that's what millionaires do. And that's what we are, all right? It might not have shown up in the bank account yet, but it's on its way, all right? Okay, so I will stop sharing here. The next item on the agenda was if you pulled your credit, because our next class will be focusing on credit. So we've got a place to put our money right now. We also need to know what is going on with our credit. Thumbs up. You can do a virtual thumbs up, or you can show your screen. How many of you know your credit score right now? Okay. Thumbs up. All right. All right. That's good. That's good. That's good. Corinne said, I do. So that's a good thing. Okay. So we don't have to give up numbers, but I will give mine because I'm proud of it. I'm at an 850. Yes. And I had to learn how to do that. I had to learn how to do it all by myself. And I want to make sure you guys take away from these, sessions that we have. There's mentors who are alive and there are mentors who are dead. Make use of both of them, okay? And what do I mean by the dead ones? There are people on YouTube who, like Napoleon Hill with Think and Grow Rich, who help you get yourself into that mindset of how to, have a paradigm shift and how you think about money and how you see money as energy and how money moves to you and through you. So I had to figure it out with some mentors that are alive, some that are dead, and trial and error, right? Learning as I go. So it wasn't an easy journey, but I know what to do. I know what to do. And that is what I want to share with you. So if you know your score, that's great, but it can fluctuate and it can change day to day, depending on what you do or what you don't do. So I gave you the link for annualcreditreport.com because you do want to pull that to see what is on it. One of the easiest way to boost your credit right away is looking at that report. And if you have two E's in your name, Felicia, if they have Cindy as Cindy, J. K. Williams, J. Jones, that's not your name. And you can go online, challenge that, have it removed, it'll boost your score. Old addresses, if you haven't lived at an address and it's been 7 years plus, contest it so they can remove that. You'll see a boost in your score immediately. If there's something on your credit report other than names and addresses, which are pretty easy, I would never contest them by going on to the online, their website. Those you want to do with a letter, a certified letter, but we'll get to that next week. But these are just things that I want you to do. I'm going to pull this up because you need to know whether you know your score or not. You still need to know what's on your credit report. And you want to take advantage of the, let's see, annualcreditreport.com. Now, after the pandemic, they were giving it to you, I think, every 6 months for free. But now, I'll put the link in the chat and I'll share it. They are doing it every week. And I didn't even know that. So here's the link here. And I will share my screen. This is what the website looks like. You can request it and they will send it to you via your, matter of fact, they'll allow it where you can get it right then and there and download it, or they can email it to you or they can mail it to you. Okay. So look here, it says free weekly online credit reports are available from all 3 credit bureaus. And I just did it last week. So I want you to take advantage of this because as we progress, this is something that you need to know that is available to you. And I'm going to give you this piece, although I'll talk about it again next week. Each one of these bureaus has the freeze option for your credit. Go make an account if you haven't with all 3 of them. Freeze your credit report today. That way, that there's been so many credit breaches, which is why you can get monitoring free from all 3 of them, because all of the different breaches that have taken place, particularly with Experian, they do a lot of monitoring for me because my social was leaked in a breach. And, recently there's been a plethora of those breaches. Again, I will encourage you to go and freeze your credit. If you decide you want to apply for something, say you're in Sam's Club and you want to get the Sam's Club card, you can go in on your phone and you can slide tell them how many days you want it to be open, and pick the day where you're going to freeze it back. Because right now it's wide open. Anybody can get to it if you don't already have it. And I'm not going to assume that you guys don't. If you do have it, thumbs up. Great. If you haven't, I would encourage you to do that. And I will show you that will look like if you go to any of their websites. We'll do Experian. So when it comes up, make sure you're on the right site when you do that. So as you see right here, there's Experian, Experian.com, freeze or unfreeze your credit file for free. It's a free service. Click it. And then here you go. Create a free account. If you already have an account, sign in. Okay. So that's how it will look. And that's Experian, but the others will be similar. This is important because you don't want everyone getting into your credit. Again, these data breaches are happening more often and back to back. So you want to be protected. So I will put, you know what I'll do? I'll put all three in the chat so you have them. So here's Experian. There's one. And keep your password somewhere where you know you can get to it, or you'll remember it, or save it in your phone, because it's a dandy trying to go, and if you lock yourself out, it's not that easy to get in because they really want to make sure it's you. Here's TransUnion. That's in there. And the last one coming up. Oh. These mosquitoes are out early. And we're gonna have to retreat, Kodak. Okay, so here is the Equifax one. Please share this with your family members as well. Everything that I'm sharing with you, make sure you share with them too. Okay? So there's all three. Any questions so far?
No.
I have a quick question. What's your opinion on Credit Karma? Like, as how accurate are they with the scores? Because I use Credit Karma.
So I was about to give you them next.
Oh.
They are free. They are free. But what we'll also talk about is there's different credit reports for different things. So some might look at like a FICO 9. So they're different, but Credit Karma will allow you to see your credit score. And I will put that in here too. And I think the other day I printed my reports from there too. But I wouldn't pay for any products that they have on any of these sites. Do not pay for anything they are offering. You don't need it. Okay.
You said we're going to talk about disputing names and addresses next week, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you have a question?
Well, I was going to ask if that was possible to do through Credit Karma.
I would do it directly on the credit bureaus because they have a place for you to click and say you want to dispute that. And that would be the only thing that I would do online. But anything else I would do with a letter. Okay.
Right, because I have disputed things through Credit Karma, but not addresses and names. So I just
Mhm.
that was possible through there, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And my opinion on that is going directly to them. Not that you can't, but having that direct connection with them and speaking directly to them. Because a lot of times when you dispute things, they want you to send a copy of your ID. They want you to send a copy of a bill, and they may want you to send your social security information. And you want that directly just with them, not with a third party getting your information like that and sending it certified mail. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, Corinne says, I've called in before. Yep, you can call in too. But the reason why you do the letter, because they have 30 days to respond. And if they don't respond within that 30 days, it is automatically to be removed from your credit report. Okay. So that is the reasoning why we do that aspect of it. But those other avenues do exist. And calling in can also sometimes help you. Okay. So let's see. What is next? The books. So last week I shared a list. Well, it wasn't a list. It was 3 books. And one book in particular is, well, 2. One is John Hope Bryant, Financial Literacy for All. And the other one was Get Good with Money by Tiffany Alicia. If you prefer audiobooks, and a really cool way to save money is to put the Libby app on your phone. The Libby app then connects to your library card. So if you don't have a library card, and now library cards are no longer connected to your address. So if you live in Pasadena, you can only get a Pasadena card, right? No, you can get it from anywhere. So with the Libby app, you connect your library card and then you can request those books. So it's the library, so sometimes they'll be out. So if I give several books, you can probably start with one book versus with another book, depending on if it's available to you. And if you connect more than one card, 2 or 3, then you have a better chance of getting it from different libraries. I got Pasadena Library connected, and then I connected Los Angeles uh, Public Library. I try to do Glendale, but Glendale works off of a different system and they don't connect to Libby, but they still have a connection to a different type of way of getting books. I can't remember what it was called, but that's just something for you. Audible, if you do a free trial, they give you, I think, 3 free downloads, but then they're going to charge you. Spotify, if you're already paying for Spotify, I don't think they do it in the free version. I'm not sure. But if you are already paying for Spotify, you have access to these books as well in the premium. So the reason why you want to continue to read up on the things that I share, because I want you to have information that I may not have given you, or as you dive deeper into the information, I don't, claim to be the repository of all knowledge. I just know that I want to share what I do know. And hopefully that'll be enough to get you put on a trajectory where you want to continue to learn more. And then you can share into the group as well the things that you're learning, because we're all here to not only tap into the knowledge, but to pour into others as well. Each one teach one. Okay. And that's how we build community. I think the last thing, so I put the budget forms in there. I think I've given you 4 different budget sheets. You might not like the one that, I first sent, might not like the second one, maybe the third and fourth one. is more your speed. So tap into that. And the very last thing is an accountability partner. When we have someone that not just here in the group, as we, come to the sessions and we talk and share, and as we get to know each other a little better, because some of you guys are, here, but you know me from different aspects of my life. But if you have an accountability partner, you can check in with, hey, did you open the account yet? Have you read up on more information on, what we can do as far as, the credit reports, or did you find anything on there? So find an accountability partner, someone who you can check in with as we have these call to actions to make sure that you're staying on the path, because it's easy to put everything else in front of it, right? But one thing, as we continue to move and learn about other products, the high yield savings account also works on compound interest. If you are young, compound interest should be your bestie. So when we start talking about investing, because I'm going to show you exactly how to invest, I'm going to show you where to put your money, but I'm not going to do that without showing you how to look at the stock market and see for yourself what's happening. And learning about compound interest, if you are young and you start now with these things, I guarantee you beyond a doubt, and you're consistent, you will be, I won't say just a millionaire, you'll be a multi-millionaire if you follow these steps. That's the bottom line. And no one told me this when I was young, because if I did, I don't think I'd be talking to y'all right now, because I'd be in San Tropez living my best life. But that's all right. We are here to get the knowledge. Okay. So the last thing, find your accountability partner and decide that this means something to you. You're here, you're present. That is telling me that you really want to do this. But most importantly, here's a question you want to ask yourself. What are you doing it for? That's everything that you do in life. You ask yourself, and only you can answer that question. Nobody in the group will be able to ask you, what are you doing it for? The overarching umbrella for everything that I am presenting is generational wealth, and things that we weren't taught, things that were hidden from us, things that weren't told to us, things that they didn't give us in school, things that our parents didn't tell us because they didn't know, so we can't fault them, and things that weren't in the circles that we were running in because the importance was put on something else. But now that we're here and we're able to do this, when we start talking about generational wealth, you'll start connecting things on your own about what you can do that I may not even said, but the information is there that you can start building your own web. And that will begin with a trust. And trusts are not just for rich people. You can open a trust and fund it with $10 because you're funding it with what's in your bank account. I'm also going to encourage you to open or start a private nonprofit. Because when we start talking about business, and depending on what you make from your high yield savings account and your investments, you don't want to be hit at a high tax bracket. But if you got a private foundation for your family, guess what? You can donate to that. And then you can reduce your tax bill. Yeah, it's the computer is getting hot, Felicia. So I'm gonna give you guys the last piece, because I was gonna make this a 30-minute call versus an hour call. And then next week we'll have our presentation. So I am looking hazy. The sun came out. The last thing, let me see if I can walk inside and if it'll cool off. Okay, it's a little better. the last thing is I want you to give yourself grace and know that, I'll repeat, this is a safe space. We're here to learn. We're slow rolling it because I don't want to inundate you with too much, but I also want you to be able to do your due diligence and look into things yourself. I don't want you to take what I say as she said it, so it must be true. Chat GPT is your other bestie. I'm going to say it again. Chat GPT and any other AI is your bestie. So you can go in there and say, hey, she said this. Give me more information and let me know if it's true. Or I want to expand on this and learn more. Give me a plan. Type up a plan for me, because AI is the future. And when we start talking about different businesses that we can do and how we can bring in extra cash so that we can invest it, that's going to be at the forefront. Any way that we can use AI, okay? So I want you to continue to stand on business. Have a beautiful, bright, and blessed rest of your day. And I'm going to see you next week. Any questions? Any comments? Yeah, you better make it your best friend.
Thank you, lady. Appreciate
Girl,
all this
welcome.
information.
Yes.
nah, you gonna be my best friend.
I love you, Felicia.
We was back in the day. We about to get that back cracking. Thank you for everything. I love you, girl. I love
I
you,
love all
Cindy.
these beautiful.
Yes.
Love you
Well, I'm
too,
not gonna
P.
assume. Wait, I'm not gonna assume. Corinne, are you a sister? Is that a Black woman? Okay, thank you to all the beautiful Black women that showed up for yourself today. Ow.
Yes,
Blessings, blessings,
ma'am.
blessings.
Yes, I am.
Blessings, blessings.
This recording will be
Okay.
available.
Okay.
Okay. For I'll upload it to my YouTube,
Get down, Bubba.
and so you'll have it. Okay.
Mhm.
Go get me the remote.
I will. I think most of my friends did get these shirts from me, right? You guys.
I got one.
I got
Yeah.
one. I sure
Back.
did.
Can you see the back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if mine say that on the back.
10 toes down. It does.
Oh, because I got the one with the book.
You got the one with my book, yeah.
And
But
there's
it
something on
says
the sleeve.
it's probably got high heels on it.
Yes,
in the
yes, that's
tucks.
what it is.
Yeah, got the high heels. But
Yeah.
these are available. And we gotta have one for everybody in the group. And let's see. Everybody else, if you can log off. I'll see you next week. Corinne has a question. I can stay on. And then we can go from there.
Bye, lady. See you next
Bye-bye.
week. Love you.
Bye. It was nice meeting you all.
Bye.
Nice
Thank
to meet you guys.
Yes.
Yes, nice meeting you too.
So you said you have a question regarding debt that has been discharged. What's your question?
So, well, you were speaking on credit specifically. I know you said something about next week. You'll be kind of diving into that a little more.
Yes.
And then you were
Yes.
saying, speaking on just certain things to remove, which is addresses, names, anything that may be incorrect information. But if there's something that's been discharged, can you still do a letter because it's been discharged? Is that still possible to do a letter and getting it certified and getting
Yep,
that
that
removed
FCR.
now that it's been sold to a third party without consent, so on and so forth?
Exactly. And so the FCR has specific verbiage for that. So one of the things that I'm going to do for you, because I've paid for a lot of different credit classes, I'm going to give you guys every ebook I got. And the reason why I want you to learn these things too, because what if you want to make this a side hustle, right? What if you want to help somebody and charge them and take every little extra dollar I'm getting for my M1 account, which I have an investment account that's outside of Fidelity, I just funnel. It could be $20, it could be $25. I just keep putting it in there. Just keep putting it in there, right? Because it's extra money. So with you getting this information, you don't know what type of business you might be able to come up with. In addition to, you need 7 income streams. So I will share all the ebooks, everything I got, things that I used.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for
Yes.
your time.
Thank you too, ladies. And I will see you later.
Yes,
Okay.
over there at 1.
Okay. All right, ladies. Have a beautiful, blessed, and
You
bright
too.
rest of
Bye.
Sunday. Okay. Bye-bye.